Hello there! Before we get into this week's proceedings, I'd just like to say I went and watched Mad Max Fury Road last night, and I highly recommend it. It is just, I've not had this much fun in the cinema in a long time, and I have been waiting for this film for like 30 years to come out, and it doesn't disappoint. Just the landscapes, the design, just everything is just so big, and it's just like a high-octane punch to the mouth because it just doesn't let up. It's worth watching. It is absolutely, yeah, it's a stellar film, and watch it. On the note of Mad Max, let's get into this week's Transformer of the Week, where I'm looking at this guy. This is Energon Landmine. Energon Landmine says, you know what? It's okay to be a good guy and also be a post-apocalyptic death machine. I mean, just look at just the glory of this toy. And look at that. Death, destruction, violence, pollution. And then there's this salvaging arm. That is just, you can't spell salvage without salvation. And I think that's what I love about it. It's just so much death and destruction and just sturdy, just violence of this thing. And then it's just got this winch here. And that's, for salvaging. It's for saving. And it just says, yeah, it's the apocalypse. There's lots to, you've got to ram it on full head steam in the face with that. But there's also room here to be saving things, to be salvaging things, to hope. This brings hope into all this proceeding where this is violence from the missile launcher. It's a firing missile launcher, it's on a her trigger, and that's going to come off at some point. So that's his missile, that's going to get put to the side, because that'll just fly off at any point in this video. So yeah, just the details of it. I mean, I love just the ram. And now it's got all it's the gold paint, and then just the scrapings of it. This has been used. And then you just got all this. I like the curvature of it, of the vehicle mode, of the hood, and then it just comes to these really just cool, just brutal wheels, and then the half track, and then these just digging into things, and then again they've got the same like scraping detailed on there, and they all move up and down. And you know what? There are vehicles in Mad Max Fury Road that have this type of thing on the back, to help dig into stuff. I just love that. And then, yeah, like I said, it's got the moving crane arm here that comes up, and it's got a little crane, it's got a button to winch that back in, and then he's got a missile launcher. And then, I like these smokestacks that just look so polluting. It's just brilliant. And then the clear plastic of his cab and a little bit of engine detail. This is like one of my favourite alt modes. It's just so brutal. It's just I've never been one for fancy cars and sports cars and stuff like that. I don't know what, they all pretty much look very similar to me, but give me some post-apocalyptic death machines, and that is my jam. This is my jam. Just every angle you look at it, and he's just fucking well smart. Pardon my Anglo-Saxon, but yeah, this guy is a fucking bee's nuts. Yes, anyway, just all the rivets and stuff, watch out, Landmine's about. So yeah, this bit does detach. You can take this off. So if he wants to get an extra bit of speed, you can get rid of his half track. That can operate on its own, like so. And he's just got this brutal little cab just for scooting along and smashing through things, and that is just absolutely glorious. We'll put this to the side. This can transform into some kind of base mode. I'm not going to waste yours and my time actually doing that, because that's not where the fun is with this bit. I'll come to the fun with this a bit later. This cab forms the main robot of Landmine. So let's get into it, shall we? If I can remember how he goes. So again, he's an Energon line. I know very little of Energon as a continuity. I've never really seen the show. I can't watch the show. The show just really just kind of, it doesn't sit well with me. The show, I just can't watch it. I can't concentrate. I find it hard to concentrate for it. But anyway, he's got some very nice moves of transformation here. So they kind of swing round, come up, and then these bits flop down. And these bits that were the ram flop up to make his feet. And come in, make peg in there really soundly to make his feet. And this comes back. Boom! Head reveal. And that, my friends, is pretty much Landmine in his robot mode, and he's got some absolutely gorgeous light piping. I think we are picking that up. He's got a head sculpt, he's got a visor, and then underneath the visor he's got these just yellow eyes that just light up from that nice bit of block there. I'm not really sure what to do with his codpiece. You can like get it up here, but that looks a bit too high, and if you do it the other way, it looks a bit too low, and then if you do something like that, it just looks a bit too obscene. So I'm not really 100% sure how you deal with that. We'll just put it up a bit too high at the moment. But yeah, anyway, he's just got, from the Energon era, so he's got loads of just ace ratchety movements with his arms. Again, his legs. This bit it could have done with an extra peg and port, because that one peg and port doesn't really hold his crotch together as well as it could. So it does kind of, when you're moving it around, it does tend to pop loose. But he's got, you know, again, nice ratchets there, nice swivel above the knee. So he's got some great joints, and if you want to give him a bit of a, you know, a toe waggle, you can unpeg the New Rock Killer Death boot that he's got and move that around. But you know, it does nice. It does peg in. Of course, when you try and peg it in the right place and give him a really sound A stance. But yeah, that is just, he's awesome. He's awesome, and a nice orangey Autobot awesome. He is also available with other flavours. There's a Landquake and a BotCon exclusive Landshark. I think a white one and a green one. So you know, he's available in these couple of colours. I'd love to have him with a different head sculpt and in a nice grey, gold and red, and make it like a Cybertron mode, Grimlock. I think that this mode would really suit that. So anyway, like I said, this thing, it can transform into its own little base thing for it to kind of operate. It doesn't really work that well. What the money shot in this is when you start to separate this up. Again, it's quite hard to do, so you move these bits, kind of get these things to the side, and then that peg, that does come off, but we're not doing that at the moment, so get these peg to the side, get these nice up like that, And then if we put his hands away, and then get these, I think they peg in. There's two posts on his arms, so these peg in like so, and then this comes in here and attaches to his backpack, attaches to his backpack, attaches to his backpack, like so, to make this what we call his brute mode. And yeah, that is just violence incarcerate. Look at that. You would not mess with that. The Decepticons would run a mile and see this guy blundering towards them. It's absolutely awesome. There's some electronics in here. There's a speaker. I bought this second hand. They've never worked for me. I have no idea what they do, and I can't say I miss it because he's just an awesome thing. I don't think he doesn't need the gimmicks of the electric sound effects. He doesn't really need it. I don't miss it. He just works really well. It is. I mean, these arms, they're just going to mess you up. So yeah, this is Energon Landmine. This is a video inspired by Mad Max Fury Road. Go and watch it. It's out in cinemas now. And if you're inclined in the way and you want a big orange apocalyptic death machine, get hold of a Landmine. I think he's, second hand. He'll go quite cheaply on the eBays compared to some of the other things, second hand Transformers you can get. But yeah, awesome figure. Yeah, I want more post-apocalyptic Transformers. I want an entire series of Transformers set like in Acapulco. Going local in Acapulco. No, I want an entire series of Transformers set like post-apocalypse. I think like the Autobots trying to help human race build themselves back up after something, a post-apocalyptic event. And it's kind of where Regeneration 1 was starting to go, but it never did. But I love more. I want more post-apocalyptic death machines like this, and it'd be awesome. Anyway, this is Energon Landmine. That has been my Transformer of the Week. Join me next time. We will have another Transformer of the Week, as the title says. I'm going to end the video now. Bye.